طبعا مستر دكتور خالد طبعا منطقه معانا الوحيد ادوا بس 10 دقائق ونقفل الختام باذن الله.
Okay, just so you know, it ran out of battery power, the live video. So we'll just do it.
طبعا مشكور جدا على الصبر على الثمان محاضرات. طبعا الصبر على الاخر كده بيجيبوا يعني وده طبعا بينعكس على اهتمامه بموضوعات اللقاء. وطبعا نشكر كل من قدر يشارك معانا. بص على كده نشوف كده بس 10 دقايق ومعاه طبعا بعض الحاجات اللي بنستخدمها في تناشط بيئي دولي، وطلع بعض الحاجات في كونسنتريشنز وبعض الناس وقعت على كونسنتريشنز وعدد الدول الاوروبيه ودول العالم المختلفه لتخطيط والعمل على اهداف التنميه المستدامه وعمل كباسيتي بيلدينج للافراد في بلاد مختلفه والدول العربيه والدول
ConscienceLAND.com.
طبعا يسعدنا ان نختم اللقاء بتاع النهارده ب 10 دقائق فقط شغل اللي هو بيعمله بيهتم بيه من خلال دول العالم المختلفه، وان شاء الله نتعشى ان شاء الله بعد 3 اشهر من الان لمخرجات رقم 28 وبندعوكم وبندعو كل المستمعين في اي مكان للمشاركه في هذا الايفنت القادم باذن الله. وايضا احد اهم المحاضرات الحوارات المفتوحه للمحاضرات المناخيه موضوع الانديه البيئيه environmental class، وده النهارده ان شاء الله هنفعله في محافظات جمهوريه مصر العربيه في مؤسسات المجتمع المدني والمؤسسات الاكاديميه والبحثيه والعلميه لربط كونكت نتورك بين العاملين في مجال البيئه. والنهارده ده بيساعد على عدم تكرار العمل واختيار الكفاءات والترابط والعمل معا على تحقيق وتنفيذ استراتيجيه التنميه المستدامه والعمل المناخي في مطر مؤسسيه يربطنا التواصل الداخل لتحقيق هذه الاهداف في المدن الزمنيه المتوقعه والعمل على رفع القدرات المعرفيه كباسيتي بيلدينج للافراد في جميع المؤسسات وتحت اي مرحله تعليميه او مرحله سنيه، لان احنا في الاخر بنعيش في كوكب واحد، ارض واحده، انسانيه واحده. بمعنى هذا والحفاظ عليه مسؤوليتنا جميعا، ولا يعني نرد اللوم على بعض الاشخاص او الدول، وفي نفس الوقت احنا بنقوم ببعض الممارسات غير جيده للبيئه. فالنهارده كان في 2 مرضى موجودين، واحد عن اليوم العالمي للبيئه اللي هو ضغط التلوث البلاستيكي، والثاني عن يوم الغذاء العالمي. طبعا كان بعض الناس الموجودين اللي بتتناقشوا فيها ايه علاقه ال 2 مرضى بالكيمياء بتاع النهارده؟ هي العلاقه نقدر نربطها بحاجه بسيطه جدا، ان الامم المتحده اقرت ايام دوليه، والايام دي لابد ان نهتم بها. مش يوم يعدي كده ونقول ايه ده اليوم العالمي للبيئه 2023 وبعد كده خلاص. لا، لابد العمل على الاهداف المتعلقه والغايه من وراء هذه الايام اللي احنا نحاول نفعلها وننقل المعرفه بها في المجتمع بتاعنا، ونحاول نتعامل معاها لتحقيق التنميه المستدامه والاستقرار. وشكرا جزيلا، وهننتقل حاليا مع مستر فيلم لاستكمال الايفنت.
Thank you so much, and what a privilege it is to speak with people here. I've listened all day to fantastic speakers, putting together the basis for what I'm going to share with you today. You know, we've been in this climate crisis for a while. Many smart people have put all sorts of analysis into what the problem is and how we're going to solve it, especially these 17 goals, the SDGs. But how many people are really dealing with the real problem? What is the real problem? The real problem is that we are not doing it. Not you specifically, but you know, we, the human beings on this planet, we listen to these wonderful presentations that explain why the plastics are coming into our bodies and why all these different problems are happening on the planet, why it's warming, why all this stuff is happening. But you can see from this some of the things on our website. You can look at extinctionsolution.com, right? It's not the extinction inevitable. We have to solve our own extinction problems. So it's, of course, oil. Of course it's cutting trees. Of course it's putting plastics and pollutions into the water. Who's doing this? We're doing this. So I've worked for easily 20 years. Worked for the Chinese Academy of Sciences, Research Center for Eco-Environmental Science. I was working in all kinds of industries and also in the changing of minds industry. So remember earlier today we did the three-finger symbol, this society, environment, economy, and balance. What is that for? Society, the environment, and the economy in which we live. There's no getting away from, needing to pay your bills and pay your rent. So we live in this world right now, which is created by who? Well, it's created by us, but it's really created by a system. And that system continues to degrade the world, unfortunately. I'm not against systems, but what we need to do is we need to make things happier, right? We need to begin to really want to change. So, for instance, I was just chatting with these people in the front row here, that they were talking about Change Wednesday. You'll see when you look at our website, it's all about changing ourselves, because you can't change others. So the first thing is smile and make other people happy. When you make other people happy, how do you feel? Happy. So you're a normal person, right? So the first thing is we have to improve our relationships between each other. And of course, we know right now we're in an incredible problem in the world. Right up this built back butt here. These are conflicts that are primarily created by the system in order to make more money. Right? So we've been dealing with this for thousands of years, since the pharaohs. I was saying to somebody, since the pharaohs, we have been controlled and manipulated in order to be against each other, and borders created between each other, in order that we're distracted from the real picture, and we just don't do anything about it. It's an apocalypse of apathy. That's what we're in. We're apathetic. We think the solution is going to come from, government or some kind of wild technology. We think that that's going to happen. Nope, not going to happen. So, how are we going to fix this? Because I do have a plan. My name's McMaster, and I have a McMaster plan. For me, anyway. So that's my plan. It's called the ConscienceLARP. L-A-R-P. ConscienceLARP. It means live action role-playing game. I'm not sure if I can find it fast, but don't worry about whether, we bring it up on the screen right now. The point is that if you could just keep scrolling. Oh, I see, yeah. The point is that we need to start to lighten up. We need to start to play a game. Okay, a live action role-playing game. Now, is that going to solve the problem by, here we are in Egypt, so I'll put this one up. The power of three in Egypt, right? Society, environment, economy, and balance. What we need to do, and this is what will be proposed at COP28, and already here in Egypt, in COP27, I made a speech, which is again on the website. Not enough time to show it to you right now, but I made a speech about a very interesting tool for youth, because most of my activities are as SDGplots, the sustainability Santa. You probably saw the funny characters here, Roger the reality rooster, and so on. But in the West, anyway, not in Muslim countries, but in the West, Santa Claus is a character, right? People are attracted to it. They think they're going to get a present. So in Arabic countries, what I try to do is meet Johar. I try to meet the everyman, right? The Johar. But, so, and that's what I'm doing, that's why I'm wearing this. So, what are we doing with ConscienceLAND is we're introducing a game, something that we can be happy about. You know, there's too much fear in the world. We're all worried about what's going to happen if the nuclear bomb's going to go off, or pollution's going to, or our children are going to be harmed. We're living in fear. Do you ever get anything done living in fear? No. You're completely distracted. We have to start to get along with ourselves first, and which is a long process, believe me, I'm not there yet. We have to get along with ourselves first, and then we have to start to get along with other people. And how do we do that? Well, what I introduced, this is looking a little mangy now, but what I introduced at Sharm el-Sheikh was the ring of truth. Okay, you see it's like this SDGs, right? Sort of similar colors and shape. This is the ring, the SDG ring if you want, but it's the ring of truth. So it's primarily for youth, right? And the idea is that a young person speaks through and amplifies their voice, speaking truth to power. And we need to encourage young people to speak up. They're intimidated right now, and also they don't have the skills, quite honestly. So the first thing is amplify the voice of youth. And that's sort of happening with them.
Intimidating guys by killing.
Yes, but let's not bring up the current small situation. This is huge. I'm not diminishing it. But really, really, folks, we have one planet. Only one. What the hell are we doing dropping bombs on any person or anybody? So let's just leave that to the side. Let's continue with the ring of truth, because this could solve a lot of problems. If we began to have young people speak up about their concerns and maybe have some good ideas, that would be fantastic. The second thing is the stop the lies. Right? So if someone lies speaking through this, or you hold this up, or you put it on the ground and the politician or the media person stands inside, and then they lie, their nose is going to grow.
Yes.
To your point, we have to stop this lying culture all over the place, fake news, all the rest of it, and between each other. So that's the stop the lies. And the third one, very, very important, it's a target for what? Not violence. It's a target for support. It's an attractor for money, support, resources. Young people have lots and lots of wonderful ideas. And even if they're not that good, they should have the chance to express them. So young people need support. It's not always money. It's sometimes just an encouraging word and give them a chance. That's sometimes all they need. So those are the three things that we introduced at Sharm el-Sheikh. And please, if you have a chance, look on the video on the website. It's long, but it's quite good. And it features this wonderful band. So that's a tool. Now, what are we doing in Dubai? Because we are introducing all over the years. I've been at every COP since 2015. Every COP since Paris 2015. I've heard these stories so many times that, I think these presentations were great, but, honestly, it's the same problem being repeated over and over again. We're not getting to the core problem. And the core problem is us. And it's how we're treating the world. So what we're going to introduce, I've started it, but we're going to really officially introduce it. I would love it if people here would support us in doing that, participate with us in sharing and developing this idea. It's a game. It's a game called the ConscienceLARP. And the ConscienceLARP, I don't think I have time to find it, but you'll see it when you go to the website. The ConscienceLARP divides the world up into, or maybe divides the wrong word, but there's 57 trillion 3 meter by 3 meter squares on the Earth. Okay? If you make a grid, there's 57 trillion. So there's plenty of them. Now, most of them, of course, are on the oceans. There's 70% of the ocean, the surface is his ocean or ice caps. So everybody on the planet, regardless of where you're living on land, you can take responsibility. You don't own it, but you take ISR, individual social responsibility, for that plot. We call it a GaiaPlot or an SDG plot. You take responsibility for it, whether it's cleaning it up, maybe it's a beach, maybe it's a coral reef. You know,